Welcome back to another episode of Grizzly Books True Crime. My name is Gisela K, and today we're going to look at a few updates about the search for Brian Laundrie. Okay, so let's look at the details of what is going on for the search for Brian Laundrie. I'm going to take that off for a second. We'll look at that in a moment. But they say the search for Brian Laundrie will be scaled back and targeted based on intelligence. After more than a week of searching for Brian Laundrie in Carlton Reserve in Florida without much success, without any success. But they said without much success, so maybe they did find electronics or something, huh? Law enforcement plans to scale back their efforts in the coming days, according to police. I don't think you're going to see those large-scale types of efforts this week, Josh Taylor said to Fox News. The FBI is now leading the search, I'm told. It will be scaled back and targeted based on intelligence. Hopefully, water will lower in areas hard to currently access. So, wow, based on intelligence, I can only imagine that would be data that they have, like a data trail that they may have on him. And of course, we've got Dog the Bounty Hunter, who has more than 1,000 leads that says, I will find him. So the Carlton Reserve is a 24,000 acre expanse of woods and swamps about 15 miles from the Laundrie's home. And it's been the focus of the search since Laundrie was reported missing on September 17th. Missing? Yeah. Florida cattle rancher Alan McEwen said Sunday that there is no surviving in the reserve. So we're going to see him talk now on the video, Alan McEwen, which is home to alligators, panthers, black bears, wild boar, and poisonous snakes. I've learned a lot in my life, and one thing I know is no one's going to survive out there for 2 weeks on foot. So let's have a look at that quickly. That would be this one. Okay. So let's have a look. I'm going to make myself a little smaller and put myself in the corner over here. Yeah, like that. And let's look what this is like in here. So we'll just go back to the beginning.
Here at the entrance of the Myakkahatchee State Park. This is your main entrance in and out.
It's like flooded. Look at it.
Vehicle-wise. This is where everybody comes, parks their bikes or their horse to ride the trails and all. And the location of Brian's vehicle was basically across from that oak tree right here on our left, where he had his vehicle parked, to our best of our knowledge. When it rains, it all comes up from Myakka City, Myakka River on down, and flows this direction. And that side stays a lot wetter until we get it over here. This is what you would find in that 25,000 acres of the Carlton Reserve, except for a few high spots where the power lines are and a couple roads they have in there. And even the couple roads they have in there are massively under wet.
Yeah, so you can see it's completely flooded. They weren't kidding when it's just like there's so much water. So, I mean, how would he survive here? I mean, people are also kind of like, I think, giving him too much credit with his survival skills. I've also seen some news somewhere that, like, people think he's not really 23 and think he's 37. That's pretty scary. See, that's just speculation. I don't have any proof of that. I don't have his birth certificate, so I'm not even going to go there. But it's interesting to consider. So let's continue looking at this.
Just totally underwater. There's no surviving out here. I don't know how to say.
Wow.
I ride ranches. I'm out on horses all day with the dogs when we're working cattle. We've got water to us in our saddlebags and all. But we're out here, out there riding for 12, 13 hours a day, starting at daylight. Time we get in at night, I don't see anybody can make it out here for 10 days, 5 days. There's no water supply, there's no fresh springs, there's no stores available, unless you go 12 miles either direction. There's
how would he survive?
No possible way. The mosquitoes would carry you off in the first night. You can imagine how wet this is? Imagine how wet that is. Well, I've been here most of my life. I've worked these lands since I was 15 years old. I used to run a ranch in Frostproof, 20,000 acres when I was younger. And I have my own places
Yeah.
and cattle and stuff. So I've been in the woods in and out all my life. I'm no bounty hunter, I'm no tracker, but I have helped them look for things that have been missing a few times. And they
Man, I really hope the dog, the bounty hunter, man, if you could find Brian somewhere sitting there in the Appalachian trails in a hammock, it would just be amazing. I really hope that they find him alive. I believe that is one of the paths to obviously justice for Gabby. We have to find him alive. And I just hope that he doesn't go the whole... I hope he isn't insane by then, and I hope he doesn't go with the insanity plea by then. But I must say, it's not like his parents look really worried. So if he was really missing... I mean, they don't look like they're grieving or worried at this point. So that is interesting to think about. Because it's like, I'm pretty sure he's alive out there somewhere.
did ask me a couple questions about the area over here, because here a while back I had some cattle get out and I had to go find them, and the land was very wet like it is now.
Yeah.
Just as very wet. And when we were back there, so what we did is we ran up along the creek on the high bank where we could with our horses.
Wow.
And we looked for areas that were dry, because of course any animal or human is going to go look for a dry spot before they stay in a wet spot. I've seen them go in and come out on these ATVs muddy from daylight to dark, eaten up by mosquitoes. They have been working their butts off to do everything they can to look for Brian. You know, in my understanding, they just, I mean, I see them out there, I see them come in, you know, they're wearing full gear in this heat and humidity, and, you know, I can't appreciate it enough of what they're doing for us. This terrain here is 90% underwater. There's no place habitable. I mean, you know, if he packed a backpack for a couple days, yeah. But, you know, unless he's got hide like a gator, there's no, and nobody's going to survive with the mosquitoes and the bug.
Unless you got to hide like a gator. Sorry, I keep doing this because my ears get sore from these, from wearing them all day and making videos all day. But don't you worry, my husband got me some new headphones because he really supports my YouTube career. Can I call it that yet? It's only been a few weeks. Damn, it's like you guys really got on board on this channel. So I am getting some new ones that will go over my ear and will be much more comfortable. Yeah, these ones not so great.
Bugs and this and that. And then we have the theory of people saying, oh, the gators have eaten him or something like that. You know, again, gators out here are more afraid of you than you are of them. You walk up on a gator 90% of the time, boom, they tell it and go the other way. Anything dead you find in the woods, you're going to look up, you're going to see buzzards flying like crazy. I've been on a horse, I've been in a car, and have seen buzzards down the road, 50 to 100 of them, pull up on them, and it's nothing but a squirrel.
Wow.
So, you know, you have a dead body out here, yeah, that is decomposing everything, and rigor mortis set in, you are going to see buzzards on it. You are going to see buzzards on it.
There's been no sign of buzzards, so that's a good point.
Many people that know a lot more than I do, but I have learned a lot in my life. And one thing I know is nobody's going to survive over there for 2 weeks on foot. My mind, I would have been talking to everybody trying to find my children.
Yeah.
There's no way I couldn't imagine losing a child. I couldn't imagine having a child missing like this. I would go nuts. I wouldn't be out mowing my yard, I can promise you that. That's the last place you'd see me. I'd be out there right now looking for him, if that's where I thought he was.
I know, right? And then did you guys see today there were all these videos of people like petitioning outside of the Laundrie home? Like, where is your son? Whoa. But yeah, I mean, he makes a very good point. The Laundries do not look nervous at all. And I think that is probably a telling sign that he's alive. And probably safe, which is quite so hectic to think about. You know, someone was telling me that the lawyer is also not an LLC lawyer, that he's actually a property lawyer. Let's see if I can find that. One of you subscribers told me that. Okay. Thank you so much to the realtors that have contacted me also from From Florida. That is amazing. So I'm just looking, because they were saying he's a property lawyer, not an LLC, which means that he could legally possibly be keeping, because it's like a legal loophole. I haven't looked enough into this. I'm speculating and just reporting what someone told me, and I'm going to look into it. But it's like, whoa, that is interesting to think that based on that, he could actually be keeping him in a house somewhere safe, like with food and water and everything. Damn, imagine that. Huh? Imagine that. So, what other updates do we have? Someone sent me a link to show that Brian's YouTube channel now also has a Cash App link. I can't see it on here right now, but I will look into it, and if I do find it myself, I will show it to you guys. And yeah, this is about, that's what I can find for now. So I will keep you posted on all the news. So the search in Carlton Reserve is going to be scaled down. I think that's probably a good thing, right? Because as you said, it's millions of dollars searching that reserve. Yeah. And there's no sign of Brian in there. But now that the FBI is like, okay, basing this on intelligence, and yesterday they went back to the Laundrie home to collect DNA matching samples. That is also interesting. Interesting things happening still in this case. We're still on this case. You're on the case with Gisela K. Do you guys know Paula Zahn? That she was on, I think it's the Discovery Channel. I don't know. I was in South Africa. I used to watch that, On the Case with Paula Zahn. Or the other way around, with Paula Zahn. I just love that. So you saw my header is now On the Case with Gisela K. Dreams coming true because of you guys. So thank you so much. I will do a shout out again for all the coffees, the super chats, the PayPals, the everything. I'm planning to do that in one video per week on a Friday. I think that's the best plan, so that it's not like every single video has these in it. I think I should do one tribute video to all my coffee buyers, PayPal donators, and super chats, super stickers, and all that kind of stuff. And if I do, I am busy getting a PO box. I'll put that in my about section once that's all set up. That's kind of expensive actually to get a PO box. Did you know that? I don't know. I just like looked at it and I'm like, really? But I'm gonna get one. I know a lot of you have requested like, how do we send you stuff? So I really appreciate that. So I will get one, put it in my about page, and I will do like a tribute type of thank you video every Friday. That's the plan. Also, as for live streaming, I am figuring out what to do there, because I find that with live streaming, the chats are so busy, there's so much activity that I definitely can't present the case. I think even in the future, because of the size of the audience now, I can't like present the case and watch the chats and respond to you and see the super chats. I would have to have like 8 eyes, and I'm not a spider. So I think I should present information factually to you in videos like this, and I can premiere them though. If you want the live chat to run, sometimes I could premiere those, so I might do that. But when it's a live stream, I think I should just focus on the audience and just answer your questions. So I might do that once a week. This is still just like, figuring it out, but maybe like once a week, like on a Sunday night or something before the new week starts. We could do that, like do a live stream together for an hour or two, and I could just answer some of your questions. And that would be better also to kind of for you guys to ask what's my opinion on this or this or this or this, which is a little bit more broader. That's going to work a lot better. So thank you so much for watching. There is also a $30,000 reward, I believe, that's out for any tips on, if anyone sees anything, up to $30,000 being offered in rewards for tips on Brian Laundrie's whereabouts. Like, whoa, tips be rolling in. Protesters are at the house. They say your silence is guilt. Anything else that I missed? Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter has more than 1,000 leads. Like, what a cool dude, honestly. I'm from South Africa, and you will be shocked to know this, but I don't really know about him that much until this case. Like, now I've looked him up and I've read everything about him that I can, and I'm like, oh, like, what a cool dude. Are you shocked that I didn't know that? But cool dude. So I hope he does find him. That would be amazing. Let's see if I missed anything. We've got that one piece of news where the criminal profiler said that Brian Laundrie did show telltale signs of domestic abuse, and that he was a control freak in his erratic public behavior around his fiancée, Gabby Petito, in the weeks before her death. And he may have had help evading authorities before investigators found her body, according to an expert criminal profiler. He said, this is actually interesting, before I go, I think he's a coward on the run. John Kelly, a longtime criminal profiler and psychotherapist, told Fox News, knowing that he's a coward, where would we think he would go? Do we think he's macho enough to go off to Mexico? I don't know about that. So, yeah. I don't know where to think he'll go. I actually do. I'm actually starting to agree with Dog the Bounty Hunter that the Appalachian Trail is, because he's been there allegedly for months and months at a time before, that really does seem like the most likely place he'd go. But he could also just be in, as I said, a container home, a safe house. A lot of you guys are pulling up records of the parents and the properties they own, which I appreciate as well. You know what I want to say? A lot of you should be having your own YouTube channels. 100%. You guys are investigators to the next level. Like, you should also have a channel. If I can do it, you can do it, because I never thought I could do it. So you can definitely do it. I have a lot of anxiety and I'm doing it. I'm carving it up. So you can do it. Okay? Make your channel. Pick a name for it. Do the logo thing. Everything can be made on Canva these days. It's amazing. You can do thumbnails. And yeah, the way that I make all my videos is with OBS, Open Broadcast Software. That's what I use. I like OBS instead of Streamlabs OBS because I like to show you guys things and move things, and it's just much easier to do it without the presets. So like, you know, I could move this around right now and just like resize it and show windows and pop-ups and put the chat in there and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've got a green screen behind me. It's like a fold-up one. I've got on Amazon. I've got 2 ring lights. I think I showed you guys, actually. It's in my YouTube shorts. I showed you my studio. The Grizzly Den, the Grizzly Cave, where Gisela K, the Grizzly, lives. So literally now, I live here like 14 hours a day, don't I? So if I can do it, you can do it. Some of you deep dive so much that I honestly believe you should either have a podcast or a YouTube channel. So I encourage you, okay? Thank you so much for everything, and I will see you in the next video. I'm still busy making the slides for that timeline, and I'm looking at the Google Earth. I'm making a whole presentation on there for at some point. It just takes a lot of work. So I will see you very soon. Stay safe.